And hello, everybody. Welcome to Heart and Soul Connected. And today we have a very special guest, along with my other girls who are always here with me. Today we're talking about sound energy with Kelly and with Teri and with another wonderful lady that I met in Sedona, Daphne Gilman. So welcome, ladies. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Um, Daphne and I met at the Linda G. Sedona conference that she had in May last year. And we had great experiences together doing some healing work with some of the other people that were there. Jen Lynn taught us how to do her deal. And so we made a pact that we would sort of get together and do this. And I had set up the sound healing show with Teri and Kelly because people were asking about it. And lo and behold, but Daphne writes me, and it was wonderful. It was synchronicity. It was great.
Meant to be.
Yeah, it definitely was meant to be. Yes, absolutely. So thank you for being here again. We were just talking about what kind of sound healing that we're going to talk about today. And we welcome any questions. We may not be experts to answer those questions, but we will do our best to do that. Daphne has a massage business, I believe, right? Massage.
Reiki.
And then she's added the sound healing with bowls to that massage business. And she just has opened a brand new channel. So it is in the notes below. Make sure you go over and sign up because she's got another bowl video up about how she works with her bowls with somebody else already, and it's wonderful. So check it out. Kelly was talking. Kelly, of course, does energy work, and she was talking about different frequencies. And so we decided that, wow, we wanted to come on and talk about that. And we wanted to add Teri because Teri is always wonderful to have when we're talking about these things. So we're going to be hoping to talk about some mantras, some like green and brown sound videos, bowls, tuning forks, and various other types of healing we can do with outside help, so to speak, with things we can hold in our hands.
Yeah.
So, so we're happy to be with you. So we're not going to do any personal readings today, but we are here to answer any questions. And if we can't, we're going to be honest and say, you know what? I don't know the answer, but you know, that's okay. That's okay. All right. So I see a question already. So let's say hello to some folks. That's what we do here the best. And so hi to Willow and Wayne and Annie and Deb Haggerty. Oil Painters here. Hi, honey. Moira's here. Linda Thompson. Good to see you, dear. Annie Bear, Dr. Ann, Marby. Wow, we've got quite a few people here. Thank you. Craig Dixon. Nice to see you too. Warrior Girl, Sookie, Julie Hamill. Oh, Teri's here. Okay. Synchrony is here. You have a couple of metal singing bowls. I have some too, Sin, and I also have some of I bought my husband beautiful chakra bowls. They're all packed away, but I'm going to bring them out as soon as we close the office, and I'll be able to have them again. Teresa Ford's here. And put questions in all caps. Thanks, Diana. Tones and tunes, Annie says. That's a good name too. Yeah. Songs and whistles. Yay. All right. So anyway, thank you everyone for being here. And I know you know Kelly and you know Teri, and we're just as pleased to have Daphne with us today. Yeah. So here we are. So what I want to do is start with Daphne because she did bring one of her bowls. And so I'm going to let her use that and talk a little bit about how she uses them in her healing. So you have the floor, Daphne.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aley. I'm so happy to be here with everyone. The main modalities I've been using for about 15 years is Reiki, which I absolutely adore. And then I added flower essences. And now I have become a certified sound healer through the Sound Healers Academy. And my main purpose for adding that was that so many people were coming to me, they were having trouble really dropping deeply into relaxation, really getting around blocks, getting around the ego. And these were people who desperately wanted to access the Akashic records, improve their clairs. They wanted to see their spirit guides. They wanted to connect to guides, and they were just having so much difficulty. I went and had a sound healing done where they put the brass bowls on the body, and I absolutely loved it. But I knew that the clients that I was attracting, many of them had physical ailments that would mean they can't do that, right? Because you can't always put those on the body if they have a pacemaker or a metal plate in their neck. There's all kinds of reasons why you wouldn't do that. And so someone introduced me to the crystal alchemy singing bowls. And I just fell in love with them. I love them as much as my tarot cards, as much as my runes, all the modalities that we use. These bowls they say they are born, not made, right? So I'm going to introduce you to my practitioner bowl.
Okay.
And this is a type of singing bowl that has a handle so that you can use it in different ways than you do the ones that are sitting on the ground or on a table. And I'm not sure how good the sound is going to be through StreamYard, but I'll just give you a little taste of it.
Oh, so nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, it sounds beautiful, and it is also changing your brain waves, right? It has a strong physical effect on the body. Let me put her down. Thank you, Belle. And in this way, I've seen people be able to shift, like, I don't know, just like old emotions. They can just move through these blocks that they've experienced in their emotional and spiritual growth that nothing else has been able to reach. So I have just fallen in love with the practice. It works just as well over the internet and over Zoom as it does in person. And that's because those sound waves are riding it through the quantum field to get to people, just like Reiki. You can send Reiki across the distance, across the internet. Yeah. They're very, very complementary. So I'm just seeing people have insights. They're having wonderful breakthroughs in their emotional states. And I just love it. And I was just so delighted that you had this talk coming up, so I could come on and share that with people. Thank you.
Yeah, serendipity and synchronicity, right?
Yeah,
That's
totally.
awesome. That's awesome.
Totally.
I love that it has a handle and that you can use it. And I don't think I've seen those before. I've seen I have the other ones. Actually, even the ones I have are like blue for the third chakra and green and different colors for the chakras. And I'm looking forward myself to using them just for myself more than anything, but it is a tool for the toolbox. And Moira was saying she bought one right before COVID and her husband won't let her buy anymore. And but Moira,
we don't tell husbands how much they cost.
Yeah, we don't tell them that.
Right.
That's right. That's right. They are worth every single penny, even if he doesn't believe it. Yeah. They could be. You could be buying Louboutin shoes or whatever, and just wearing them a few times, right? So how about this? Yeah. So so thank you, Daphne. That's wonderful. So the next thing I want to show you are tuning forks, and I've got some, and I'm going to let Kelly show you what the lower tuning fork is, and she's got the listing of what the frequency will do, right, Kelly?
I do. I have the healing properties of the ones that I have, and then I just have a list of other other ones too that we can share too.
Okay, so why don't you go? You have the two lower ones, I believe. You have one. One.
I have.
Mine are really high, so you can do yours first, and then I'll do my two.
I have 128,
Okay.
And this is, I wrote this all down. This is for pain management, and it increases circulation, and it'll help with muscle spasms.
Oh, good. Okay. Try it again, if you would. I know it's probably still rolling, but.
That's better.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can feel the hum, can't you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that helps with, that's 127. That
That's
helps
128.
with 128. Okay.
Yep, that's
And
128.
muscle spasms and pain.
Yep, that it
Okay.
helps with pain management,
Okay.
increased circulation and muscle spasms.
Yeah.
And then I have 256, and this is like I think if I remember right, this is a really deep one, and this is really good for grounding.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
I can hear that one. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
256. That's for grounding.
I'm going to write this down because I need to get one that's a 256.
I'm telling you,
Right.
I want one
Yeah.
too.
I know. And do you have another one? It's
Yep, I
5
have
something.
this. I have 512, and this
Okay,
is
let me
really
do my
good.
417. If you've got.
Oh
if
yeah,
you've got-
yeah. You do that one
I'll do
because then I have
because we're going
have
up the scale here. Yeah. So this is a 417. What does this do, Kelly? Do you have
I
it?
don't know. I
You
would
don't
have
know?
to look it
Okay.
up.
Okay. Yeah, it's starting to, I don't know if you can hear that or not,
It was
but
really
it's
low.
starting to go up a little bit higher. So that's a 417. I'm going to look it up while you do the 500 one.
Okay, so I have the
Yep.
512, and this is for to help sleep, depression, and the nervous system.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it over.
That's for sleep and depression. My husband needs that one.
That
That's
was
528.
That's
528.
512.
12. Sorry.
Yep, 512, and that was for to help you sleep, regulate the nervous system, and help for depression.
Wonderful.
Was yours 417?
Yeah, and I found out what it means.
It facilitates change, and it regulates the sacral chakra.
Yes, and it says that it
Wow.
brings positive transformations by dissolving negative energy patterns and restoring balance. That's why I bought it. I think
That's
why.
perfect.
I mean, I just liked what it was going to do, and then I just, yeah. So that's really interesting to know.
too.
The other one I have, you have another one though, I think.
I have
Don't you?
528.
Okay, you can do that one next then.
Do that one.
Yep. Yep.
And this one is for transformation, and I use this one a lot. It helps DNA repair, and it regulates the solar plexus.
Okay. So
That's up
to
in
me, those
Tulsa.
higher frequencies are
Wow.
coming through much louder than the ones we had in the beginning. Yeah. Okay. Which makes
Interesting.
sense, actually. Yeah.
528 is considered the frequency of healing and unconditional love and miracles. It's such a beautiful frequency.
It's my favorite. It really is my
I
favorite.
need that one now too. Do you have the benefits of a 10-1074?
No,
No?
I don't.
All right. So let me.
I have a few more here that we can
All
share,
right.
but I don't have that
Yeah.
one.
Okay. So if you have under 1074, do it. Go ahead and do it. Tell us
Nope,
what
I don't
it is.
have. I don't. Well, I can share them, but these were the only tuning forks that I have.
Oh, I get it. All right. Then let me see if I can. 1074 frequency benefits. Hold on.
It's higher consciousness activation of the soul. It's the star chakra. Opens a gateway to a higher spiritual realm.
You notice I picked ones that were really important to me because that's
Yeah.
what they told me. But I think all of them are beautiful. honestly, depending on what you're feeling. Do you use them, Daphne?
I don't have tuning forks yet because I
Yeah.
spent all my money on bowls.
I understand. You got to
Someday.
regulate. Yeah. But it is, I think it would help facilitate. The other thing I noticed was my husband has a whole bunch of them with those bowls, but there was one where it said you should put it on your head and hit it. So I'm thinking you could put it in the area like the solar plexus or on the head, hit it, and it's supposed to bring that vibration right down to you. So here is 1074.
That's beautiful.
Really is. Yeah.
Wow.
You can get some that have crystals on the end, and you put the crystal on the chakra.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
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 Wow. Randy, you were under hypnosis and your higher self said use 528. Well, there you go. You'll have to follow your higher self.
That's my favorite.
I love that. Yeah.
I do have a few more numbers here. Like the 963. I think would be really interesting for all of us because the 963 is spiritual enlightenment and it helps with our crown chakra. So I think that would be something that one of them that we would all probably, enjoy too. And 852, that one opens up our third eye and it helps increase our intuition, and it's like a spiritual balancing for us.
Mary Thornberry's dogs are howling from the
Like that.
I love it.
Oh,
Tyler's quiet. I need to get some of these.
I think you do. When he starts to bark, you can go ding.
And typically pets love it.
Yeah.
I bet.
They do. They really do. That's really awesome. Well, I'm glad that was enlightening, and I see that some of you have used them in the past or are using them. And somebody mentioned tinnitus. Okay, Arlene wonders what 136 does. Do you have that one?
I don't have that one written down.
Okay, we'll look. Teri will look it up and tell you. All right. Your pup is out like a light. Okay, Randy. All right. Rossi says she sometimes sleeps with these solfego frequencies. Are you familiar with these?
I think it's called solfeggio. It's pronounced solfeggio.
Yeah. Solfeggio. Yeah.
You can spend the rest of your life learning music theory and how sound therapy, sound healing operates with the brain, the chakra systems. There's so much to learn. It's amazing.
I know there is. Yeah, there really is. And all of these are just tools, and they may not work for everybody, but they may work for some, that it may work more than something else might. So what is it, Teri?
It is. It works to support focus, concentration, and clarity by encouraging a meditative state. It is the they say, and it's for the earth, your earth chakra.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Daphne, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. I saw something in the chat where someone said they don't like to be grounded. They like to fly. I do have clients who don't like the grounding bowl, and they ask me not to use it because they want to float out there. So I definitely have heard that before.
Yeah, that makes sense. Really does. When I was in New Hampshire visiting some of my friends, one of my old college friends has a sound healing business, and she does the bowls, but she had this thing called a grandmother bowl.
Yeah.
And have you seen that before? You have? Have you seen one? Yeah. You step in it. You step in the bowl.
Wow.
And she hits the bowl, and it goes up your legs, and it was wonderful. And I think it's probably, I don't know, maybe $5,000 or $6,000 of dollars. Yeah, it's a very expensive bowl. But when you're a practitioner, you get income for using that, I guess. And so so that's another bowl that and some of the bowls that I have gotten, they weren't too expensive because they're not very big. They're just really small. Like a little mixing bowl. But I understand. Oh, you've been in the big bowl, Jay? Yeah, it's really awesome. It's really an awesome experience. It really is. But Anyway, so let's see if there's any questions that relate to some of the things we started to talk about. Moira says, does sound healing work best when someone else does it or when you make the sound for yourself? Good
I don't
question.
think it matters.
No? Okay. How about you, Daphne?
What do you think, Daphne?
I am reminded that there's so much benefit from chanting and using mantras and singing. That is a form of sound therapy. You are vibrating your interior, right? Your organs. Yeah. I love all of it. I love to play the bowls myself. I get benefit from that. I love to play it for other people as a way to transmit my care for them, my loving wish for their healing, my intentions for their relaxation. So I see benefit in all of it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great question. And you know, we're going to talk about a few other things that have sound and how that can be used in healing. But I wanted to talk definitely about the bowls and the tuning forks at this point until we move into other things. But I agree with you about singing, and everybody can tell you that subscribes to this channel that I bust out in a song all the time. Teri does too. So it's like, you know, it's like, oh, that's my sound healing for the day, I guess, Teri.
Yeah.
we hear music lyrics for answers to questions that people are asking about. But I agree. And it doesn't mean you have to be a good singer. I think it's just using that vibration, isn't it? Yeah.
Sing loud and sing proud.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. Even if it's in the shower, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're reminded me of something I read in a wonderful book a while ago. It's been out a while. It's called Mutant Message Down Under. Yes. Do you know that book?
I read the book. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yes. There's the premise is that I think she was a chiropractor or a naturopath. She went to Australia and ended up being invited on walkabout with an Aboriginal group. And at one point during that excursion, one of the men in the tribe broke his leg, and it was one of those nasty compound fractures where the bone is sticking out of the leg. It was dreadful. But then the group gathered around him and sang, and the bone slipped back in place, the skin healed, and he was fully repaired from the tones that they were using in the sound healing. So I think sound healing is going to get more and more attention from researchers, scientists, doctors.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. Jill says, wondering about frequencies in relation to the other side, sounding bowls, chants, or music. Meaning, Jill, that you want to see if that will connect you with the other side. I'm guessing that's what you're asking, Jill. Yeah. Okay. It couldn't hurt. I wouldn't think it would. Yeah. That's really awesome. Suzanne says that there's a great YouTube video showing what different frequencies do to specific diseases. Science has known about sound killing disease. Yeah, I agree with you. It's the same thing, even though we're not talking about this particular sound when I'm bringing this in. But you know, Louise Hay says you can heal your body by your affirmations. But what is that? But sound, if you say them out loud. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah, it's all a frequency, isn't it?
All a frequency.
Yeah, and the kirtans that they have, you know. Where everybody gets together in the monastery or wherever. Yeah, Shiva chants are beautiful. And every night and sings. And that's, you know, where one or more gather always. But gosh, to have a whole group singing like that, it's just amazing.
No, the Georgian chants, Gregorian chants. My husband was always drawn to those. I'm drawn to Native American drum and flute music.
Oh my God.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But Dr. Ann says, if I want to buy my first sound bowl, what would you recommend? I'm considering buying a hand pan too. So Any recommendations from you, Daphne, on if she was going to buy just one for now?
Yes.
Okay.
The bowls that I bought are from a company called Crystal Tones in Utah.
Okay.
And they adopted this process of manufacturing that came from, I believe, aerospace with high temperature materials or something. And the bowls that they sell are 99% quartz crystal, but then they're overlaid and intermingled with different rare earth minerals, different gemstones and that sort of thing. The bowl that I just played for you has platinum and quartz in it. So their bowls are really wonderful. They do have some beginning sets that are frosted that have a very nice lush sound, and those you can get a 7 chakra set for in the hundreds of dollars. The bigger the bowls, the more gold and platinum, etc. It can get into the thousands. You can also try Etsy, right, or eBay, because people, they lose interest or they want to trade up. That's usually what I've seen is people want to trade up, so they're selling their original bowls. But I think whatever bowl calls to your heart. I think the brass Tibetan bowls are a lot easier to get, and you can put them on your body and play them. So there's a lot of different. Yes, I love what Willow says. Her bowl picked her. Yes,
just like when a stone picks you and you can't put it down. It's the same energy thing. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you, Daphne. Teri, did you have something you wanted to add there, girl?
Oh, about the bowls? Oh, golly.
Bowls or, no. Okay.
Anything? No. When we get some mantras, I'll add some stuff.
All right. You're going to talk about
I love listening to it. I will add one thing. When I'm in a sound bath, it's like I can see the beats. Does anybody else have that where you can see the X's and the O's or the ones and the O's? Like you can see the frequency.
You can?
And it's just
in your third eye, you can, if your eyes are closed?
Yeah, it's just going up and down. One's going up this way and one's going down that way. And the whole thing. It's just amazing.
Oh my God, now I want to try that. There is a place in Bellingham that has a bed that you can lay on that does something like that. And I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, I thought that would be awesome. You see the waves too, Valerie, Illumination Portal? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because if you're buying it, from a place online or you're not testing it out yourself, I know that you may have less knowing whether or not it's for you or not, let's say. But I did that with these, and I just picked it from what I wanted to get from it. And I only could get 2 at the time. So I just picked what I needed at the time. But I can see the total benefit of having a whole bunch of them and using them in tandem with other things, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The role of intention with sound healing is really important. And I'm a big proponent of intending for the right bowl to come to you.
There you go. Yep. And knowing that it is so, right? It's the same way when you order stones online and they say this is what it looks like, but yours may not look exactly like this. It's like, okay, then the right one will come to me. That I agree with you. Yep, you're absolutely right. Yeah. What's this oil painter? Oh, you just helped me understand that dream with the floating magenta tree pines. Oh, there you go. All right.
Nice.
She's such an intuitive. She's Diana. Peter has an electronic Corey Master Tune. It's for tuning and has a range from 390 to 470. It emits the note as well as picking up an outside source. Oh, Carolyn, you can use this for your healing, my dear.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. That's wonderful. Yeah. Good for you. Yay.
Yeah, I would use
I tell you, another reason to keep Peter around. That's all I can say. A Hypnicity says she has a Tibetan sound bowl, but she doesn't know what the frequency is.
There is an app called T1 Tuner that you can download, and it will give you pretty close to the true tone. Just play it next to it and it'll identify it.
Okay. So you said it was called T-Tone app?
T1 tuner.
T1 Tone app. Okay. So I put that here in the notes. All right. Wow.
That's also useful if you buy bowls online and don't know the frequencies of them.
Sure. That's great. Here's something else that Suki brought up, and it's a great idea. We're going to talk a little bit about it, but binary beats or binaural beats, isn't it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't
It's
know.
just really using the beats to get you to go to sleep or to relax or to go into a meditation and empty the mind, I guess. There's so many beautiful places you can find on YouTube in order to do that. And some of them you want the one without the interruptions.
Yeah.
Actually, I listen to green noise when I can't sleep, and I have it on my headphones, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night fast asleep, and I'll maybe take my headphones off, but it will say right on it, it's for 10 to 12 hours with no advertising or interruptions, because that would be the worst. You're just asleep, and then let's talk about it. So yeah. But I know people have used those, and another wonderful thing to use. You can't fall asleep with noise in your ears. Hypnicity, I wasn't able to do that either until I tried green noise. But I will tell you, brown noise may be one you may not want to try, and Teri will tell you why.
If you were early in meditation today, you'll know this one. But yeah, I had it on last night, and sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll turn on YouTube and I'll get whatever sound to make me go to sleep. Had a beautiful mandala on it, and I was just like, "Oh my God, this is gorgeous! I'm going to listen to this." I kept waking up thinking my toilet was running. It did sound like the toilet was running, and I was just like, "Go get that." I'd be like, "Oh, it's that." But
and I can't listen to water, like beautiful water in a fountain, because then I'll have to pee. So right? I get you totally. Yeah. Especially the older I get, I that's not going to work for me. So.
Yeah, weird dream. Weird dream.
Weird. Yeah, welcome to those who have come in, and thank you for being here on Callie's channel and Teri's channel as well. And this is Daphne Gilman, who has her own channel, and her information is in the chat. She is she works with beautiful crystal bowls and does energy healing and Reiki and massage. So, all right. So, Aaron Miss Louisa asks, would tuning fork healing fall under the sound healing category? Yeah, we just did it, Louisa. We just did it. And we were telling people what it might work for, each one. And some of the frequencies that we did, the highest one I did was 1074. And apparently everybody's dog didn't particularly care for it. So you might want to try it yourself. Yeah. Yeah, Cheryl, I have to pee if there's any water running too. Yeah. So Sally, you have a sound machine you use for tinnitus. Good. Does it? I'm hoping that it helps you. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
That's really good. All right. So let's move into a little bit of drumming, because Linda Thompson has this question. Can I heal myself with a buffalo drum? Back in 1990, I worked with a beautiful Native American healer, and we did drumming ceremony a lot. And then we took the drum ceremony to my husband's office as well. And everybody's like, well, I don't know how to do it to drum. I don't know how to drum. And the truth is, you don't need to know how to drum. It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of different drums. We don't have any to show you, but there's electronic drums. There are drums that you can sort of gong onto, and I've brought them on before. Or you can get the Native American drums, and there's different sizes. They come in like square, or they come in round, or they come in. And it's so beautiful. And I think if you do it with a community of people, the heart healing is amazing. So have you any of you been in a drumming group before? Yes. So what was your experience like, Daphne? when you were?
I used to work in the music products industry, and we were really interested in drum circles. And that was the first time I'd ever noticed entrainment, right? When a beat is going and then the next person joins the beat, and pretty soon you're all vibrating to the same sort of level. So I work with that a lot with the sound bowls, bringing the brain and training the brain. I absolutely think Linda can heal herself with a buffalo drum, because you're bringing your mind to it, bring your intention to it. You get a good arm workout.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
And Kelly, what about your experience?
It was absolutely beautiful. I haven't been in one since we moved out here, but I used to go to this place in Minneapolis. It was downtown Minneapolis, and it was a salt cave. And and in there, it was, you could only have a few people, and then she would do drumming and gonging while we laid on, we could bring a blanket, and then she'd have mats and stuff. And it literally just opened me up, where, I mean, I was just getting messages galore. I mean, from people that were laying beside me when we were done. I'm like, oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And yeah, it was really, I really, the drumming and the gonging for me is really, I mean, and I like the tuning forks and the singing bowls too, but there's something that just really resonates with me. And I think I was a Native American in a past life. And so I think there's something there with that
memory
drumming that just really connects.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wow. That's really awesome. And for me, it was this group that I was in. We would drum, we would use a medicine wheel, and people would lay in the medicine wheel to in the whatever direction we felt that was going to help them. And then we'd walk around the medicine wheel drumming, and it would just bring that whole experience right in. And so it's just a wonderful, there's nothing like it. If you get a chance to go, and even if it's just once, it's worth it. It's worth it.
So worth it.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So what about big gongs? Kim loves her big gong. It clears the energy. Callie, this is your chance to show us how that gong sounds.
Yeah. And I just jotted down a little bit of information about gongs. They too help with our DNA healing, and it helps regulate our nervous system, and helps with stress and anxiety, helps open us up, increase our prana, and and connects us. But what I found really interesting when I did a little bit of research is there's evidence that suggests that gong making was known as early as 4000 BC.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
But then they said ancient alchemy sources put the gong as far back as 16,000 BC.
Wow.
Which I thought was really interesting. Yep. But yeah, I will get it.
It's gonna gong on us. Yeah.
I love gongs. They're
Bang
amazing.
a gong, get it on, get on. Now try it on the outside part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That is awesome. You can actually clear energy like that. And it does feel like this. I've seen other readers do this before when they start a show and they're doing something. They didn't have a gong that big. That's beautiful. They have a small one, and they bang it to just clear the energy to get it started, or between readings, So,
yeah.
Teri, you mentioned something earlier about going to a sound bath. I'm not sure everybody knows what that is.
Yeah, tell us, Teri.
Okay. Yeah. Well, a sound bath, the one that I went to, well, I've been to a few of them, but I was lucky enough that these two incredible artists had organized something at the last minute at my yoga studio that I go to. And I was the only one that showed up. And I was like, well, this is divine intervention.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So I was able to lay in between them and on each side. And they had gongs, they had crystal bowls, they had drums, they had the rain stick. And I could see it with my eyes closed. I just laid down on the floor and I could see it going both directions, and I could see the beats of it and the frequency of it while it was happening. But it was amazing. I mean, I was just like, talk about a cleansing and then bringing your frequency up. It was just, it did change my body.
It changed your body? It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you think you have, I'm wondering to myself, do you have to be open to that happening? Or is it possible? No, you don't? Okay. So it can work on that level that isn't even conscious. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I so many clients I work with, they've heard that Reiki is great. They've seen that little yellow bottle of rescue remedy at the health food store. But what's really tangible to them is a sound bath, because they can feel it in their body. And then from there, they can open and have more experiences and deepen their connection to their spirit.
Right.
And yoga studios are a great way to find an in-person sound bath.
Yeah, they really are.
And like I said, my friend who has that sound healing up in New Hampshire, she went to a class or something. I don't know. And she has that grandmother bowl, but she also, you lay down on the floor on a mat, in a blanket, so you won't get cold. And she just plays the sound bowls. Oh my God. It is. It's like, it's better than getting a pedicure,
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Hi, Jamie. It's good to see you. Hi, Martha. And yes, the Bach flower remedies, a lot of people aren't familiar with that, but the Bach flower remedies are a whole entire, it's not sound, it's just drops. It's just drops that you put in. And they have them for dogs. Maybe even cat could use it, I guess. But my dogs, when they are really stressed out, I give them a dropper of animal rescue remedy. And they don't chill completely if there's fireworks or something, but if they're upset about something else, they chill down and they're relaxed. So
that's a form of vibrational medicine as well.
Okay.
That's energy medicine. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just learned something new then.
Wow.
I love it. Yeah. Rest at any time you're stressed, you're traveling, or you're having it's a bottle. It's only about this big. And like I said, you just is it sublingually under your tongue? Yeah. You put it sublingually. And doesn't have a taste to it really, but it's very helpful. So yeah, and we're not doctors. Yeah, we're not doctors here. Yeah. Your daughter will get certified in April for sound healing therapy, Arlene. Well, good for her. Wow, that's the future. I really think so. That's wonderful. Yeah. Hi, Captain Morgan. It's good to see you. All right, so we got a few more questions, and then I want Teri to talk about mantras. I don't want to forget that, Teri. All right. So colorful foresight. What are the sounds we hear from within, yet it's not obvious to others? Like maybe tinnitus, are you talking about? Or anything else that you're hearing within? I hear music within my head all the time. I don't know. I'm going to say that it's maybe your own body's way of adjusting your vibration, maybe to relax you. I don't know. Any thoughts, ladies? Psychic ladies?
Well, I feel like we're all in tune with different frequencies and with our guides, and we can hear them, like you were saying, and how we hear music, and spirit talks to us in music so often.
Right.
But I know that there's things that we're not supposed to be able to see, and we see them. Almost everybody in this chat does.
Yeah.
And on the channel.
Yep.
So, why not?
Why not? Yeah. Thanks, Sylvia. Star Midnight asked this question about the tuning forks. Do you have to place it so that it's touching your body as it's making the sound? You can do that if you wish, but you don't have to either, I don't think.
No.
But it's very interesting when you do it on your crown chakra or you do it on your third eye. Be prepared. Yeah, it's kind of at least for me, it was fairly interesting. Yeah. I just want to make sure I get these comments. When I got my set of tuning forks from Amazon, I'd ask my pendulum to tell me which one to use. Oh, well, there you go. There's your intuition going for you, Sandy. Yeah. Yeah.
And prayers for Wolfie.
Uh-huh. Wolfie.
Her grandbaby's dog is had surgery yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hope
Yes,
he's
prayers
doing
for
okay,
him. Thanks,
Sandy.
Kelly. I just didn't happen to catch that. Yeah, prayers for him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know that. Care Bear asks this, and Valerie says, Rife machines work on frequency, but they were banned. Have you ever heard of Rife frequencies before?
Is that the German one, Val? That came over from Germany that increased the oxygen in your body also.
Oh, okay.
Because I know there was one that came over from Germany that they used there, and they used them in the hospitals there. And they came over to the US, and they're quite expensive. They're like about $5,000 or something for the chair, but there were a few of them in KC, and then I ran into some when I was in California too.
Okay.
But
Okay. Wow.
I don't know.
You know, if there's anything that seems to be scary in any fashion, that they'll ban.
Right.
It's very, isn't it interesting? I know this has nothing to do with sound therapy, but back in the day, psychedelics, taking mushrooms, all that stuff was and now they're doing it for therapy in microdoses, of course. But it is interesting how things come around and go around, and either are good or bad depending on when you encounter them. So Teresa says, isn't all matter energy that vibrates at a different frequency?
100%.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to bring up. And Sin, we've given a couple of good ideas to try, like listen to various frequencies and creating a playlist for chemo sessions. Absolutely.
Love that, Sin.
And self-Reiki. That's right. Good, Sin.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I really do. It's a compliment, and it works. And so it needs to be explained. Maybe it's not going to cure the problem completely. I don't know, but it is a compliment, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Yes. Okay. All right, Teri, tell us a little bit about mantras.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hit the gong.
Dun, dun, dun. What about cowbells? No.
Okay. We need a little more cowbell. Go ahead.
Always more cowbell. So I'm trained in primordial sound meditation with the Chopra Foundation, and it's a lot like transcendental meditation. And the premise of this is that when the universe was created, there were 108 vibrations that made it.
Okay.
And so each of these vibrations has a different sound. And it's almost like Jyotish or Western astrology, that you need to have like the precise time that you were born and where you were born. And then they put that together, and you get your own primordial sound that that you can use, and it's a silent mantra.
Okay.
And but it vibrates to your soul and your universal energy, because we all have a different energy, right? So it's really quite lovely. And what's beautiful about it is that those sounds have no meaning. They just are. It's like, there's so many, like the Gayatri mantra, there's so many other mantras that really mean something. And even in Sanskrit, they mean something so much. But these are just sounds, and those sounds have vibration, just like the tuning forks, right? And when we use them, it raises our energy and our vibration. But now 108 is very prominent in almost all religions. Like in the Christian rosary, there's 108 beads. In the Buddhist rosary, there's 108 beads.
Right.
In Islam, there's 108. It might be the worry beads. I can't remember, but there's 108 in almost everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Since asking where you get the silent mantra, I can help you with it. I mean, I teach it. It's
Good.
it's a we could do classes on my channel with it. Or on Aley's channel. I didn't
No,
come here for an
that's
advertisement.
no,
But
no, it's fine. I think it's wonderful. It needs to be done. And this is
yeah,
how we find out what people are interested in, Teri.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, if you
yeah,
can do that and you already have the certification in it, then that's
yeah.
perfect.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of nice, but like
Just got really dizzy.
right? It is
Yeah.
a lot of energy, isn't it, when you talk about
Mhm.
it?
Oh my
And
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can feel it too. I'm really
I can too. I feel I,
man,
I feel just yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But any of you that have ever been to like a Buddhist um where they're doing the rosary or a Catholic ceremony where they're doing the rosary.
Yeah.
I mean, to have everybody reciting that rosary out loud, that 108,
Sure. Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Yes.
Mhm.
I know,
Absolutely.
Sally, membership. I'm going to do it. I'm going to bite that bullet. Everybody keeps yelling at me. But
Oh,
but
wow. Whew.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's so many mantras out there that are beautiful and
Yes, that's true.
magical.
That's very
And mean
true.
different things. When my
Mhm.
kids were growing up, we
Mhm.
did this mantra, Om Beli Langele, and you do it 7 times. And
Mhm.
each time you're like this. And then on the last one, you go, ch, 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 ch.
Oh,
And you do that every time they leave the house. I mean, sometimes we still do it now. And it just, it's protection.
oh,
So
wow.
we had a German prayer, Lieber Gott, muss mich from das ist in den Himmel kommen. And then we did that Buddhist mantra. And
Yep.
it was just like, okay, done.
Yep.
You know,
Love it.
anyway, there's so many different ways to do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But a mantra is different than affirmations, although speaking those words can be a mantra. Isn't
Yeah.
that true? Yes. Yes,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
anytime you put a physical sense into an intention and anything that you want, it
Mhm.
creates something more.
Right.
So saying, you know, dancing it, singing it,
Mhm. Mhm.
writing it, painting
Wow.
it, it creates it. In fact, there was a study done, and like you can say an intention 200 times, but if you
Mhm.
do it with a physical presence, such as yelling it, singing it, dancing it, you only have to do it 10 to 20 times before your brain makes that connection.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
That's like what I tell my students when they were doing what is it, public speaking. We said, you know, it takes about 7 or 8 times to own something new, basically.
Yeah.
And that's just exactly what you said. And
Yeah.
then once you do it 7 or 8 times, you already know now how to do it.
Yeah.
And you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. I am thrilled. So, Teri, I don't have really anything to say today, she says.
Right. That was beautiful.
Oh,
It
thank
really
you.
was quite something. Thank you, dear. And yes, I encourage you to do that. Have a class on it. Talk to us about it. This is how we all learn. I mean, it's
Mhm.
nice to have a show about it, but if you've got a something that you can share with other people as well, then you know, talk about it. It's fine.
Right.
So I want to say this. Snow Raven, Leah says, is an animal specialist, and I'm guessing a sound animal specialist. So she has a YouTube channel. Leah asked me to let people know. So it's Snow Raven if you want to check that out. I have not done it myself, but that's okay. And Diana says, I listen to a bowl sound bath all night. It's pink light, but it sounds in harmony with the 528 frequency.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
Wow.
that is available. You can just put in pink light sound energy or whatever. You should be able to find that. YouTube's really the best place in the world to find anything. Anything.
Mhm.
So
It
easy.
really is.
So easy.
Suzanne says that there are numerous rife frequency YouTube videos. Okay. But it tweaks her nerves too much. So maybe it's too loud or maybe it's too cacophonous. I don't know. There are things some people can deal with while others can't.
Yeah.
Pierrette, you want a sound therapy session. The lady was a harpist. Oh, it was attached to the bed.
Beautiful.
If the body reacted, that was a place to work on. I didn't get any vibrations to my body because you are fully in tuned, Pierrette. She is.
Wow,
She
Pierrette.
is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mary says, what about sounds that humans do not hear, but animals that have an effect with animals? Daphne, do you have any animals that are around when you play your bowls?
I have not worked on animals with the bowls yet, but I will say that when I have clients who have hearing aids, I ask them to take them out.
Okay.
And as I said earlier, the sound waves actually travel through the quantum field. And just because you can't hear a sound doesn't mean it isn't acting on your body. So
Right.
yes,
Right.
and of course, as we get older, the less range of frequencies we're actually able to hear with our ears. You know, like somebody who's 12 is going to hear a lot more frequencies than you and I can hear. So yes, Mary, absolutely. The sound does have an effect, a physical effect on you.
Sure, sure. I would imagine if you left your hearing aids in, it would be maybe just crazy loud, right?
They will feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get that feedback. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
And you know, the trees emit a sound and plants do too, different frequencies. And
Yes.
then there are trees that will emit a sound when they're covered with beetles or something. And that sound brings in birds and other creatures that eat the beetles. And they all interact together with that. Yeah, they squeal, right?
I bet the beetles didn't know that they were going to be eaten, or they wouldn't have made that noise, right?
Right. Right.
We're singing our death song. Yes, we're
in the trees. Yeah.
And the trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Snow raven makes authentic animal sounds. Oh, wow. That's really cool. Yeah.
Cool.
I know when I play like my if I'm working on a client and I have my singing bowl or I'm doing the tuning forks, Claire, my kitty, she'll come running. She loves it.
Okay.
Loves it so loves it so much. I call her my little healing kitty because she's all about all the tuning forks, singing bowls, all of it. She just she's obviously getting something out of it too, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, I know, Jay. She's saying when a tree is being cut or harmed, they tell others. There are trees do scream. They scream. They feel that pain. And I don't know if I buy into the vegetables. I've been told that when you cut into a tomato, that they're screaming as well. But I have to hope not. I because I don't eat beef, so I don't want to have my tomato to be in a lot of pain either. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you thought it was just something, Care Bear. Oh my God, is this something we hear or something I thought of? Trees and beetles. Okay. You thought it was your imagination? No, it's not. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what a show. I can't thank you ladies enough. Is there anything that you would like to add that maybe I haven't brought up, or I'm so excited that we had the chance to talk about all these different modalities. And I'm sure there's probably more we could come up with, like the didgeridoo, which is the big, beautiful Australian sort of sound that they have. And Kelly, you said also you have the rain sticks, which make a beautiful sound, and you have a rounder one. All things that you can bring to any kind of healing circle that you go to, all will work on different levels and everybody should walk away with some kind of healing in some way, I would think, even if it's just making yourself calm.
Yeah, that's very much.
So I'm going to ask Kelly, anything else from you today that you'd like to share, or you all set?
No, I think, all of these things, like my tuning forks, I found on Amazon, but I made sure I did a little bit of research, you know,
Yeah.
to make sure that I felt comfortable with it and it was coming from a good company. And even, you know, even these came from Nepal.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're called tingas. Is that what they
yeah.
are? Yeah.
And
Okay.
and they were really reasonable. I mean, I want to say they were under $15.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
okay.
you know, you can find this stuff, or you know, you can go to your, you know, your local shops too.
Yeah.
But you know, if you can't get out,
And the
you know,
bells are another thing that I didn't even think about really, but there's different kinds of bells for different things. Even a cowbell
yeah,
that you would ring
yeah.
has some kind.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
And
Yeah.
chimes outside. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That brings another whole,
Yeah, the
another
wind chime thing.
the
Yeah.
wind chimes. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Teri, anything else you'd like to say?
No, what a joy. And what a joy to see Daphne again.
I know. I can't.
So I'm
I
so
didn't know
excited.
that they knew each other and they've been in classes together. So that made me really happy. Yeah,
That's
I love
Yeah.
that when that happens. That's wonderful. Daphne, thank you for joining us today. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we close?
I just want to let people know that I am doing a sound bath with an Akashic record reader on March 19th, and I've given Aley a code, a promo code for 20% off, and I would love for any of Teri's or Kelly's audience to use it as well. Feel free.
Okay.
We've made some big promises to the audience, and
Will it be
the
on
Akashic-
Zoom or are you going to do it on your channel?
it'll be on Zoom.
It will
It's a
be on Zoom.
ticketed event, and
Okay.
we've already downloaded the instructions from the Akashic records, and we'll be working with flower frequencies and symbols and directly with the records. So
Beautiful.
I'd love
Beautiful.
all of you to take a look at it and let me know what
Absolutely.
you think.
I'm going to put that up on the information or my community page, everybody. And I'll share it with Teri and Kelly as well, so they can do so as well. And don't forget that Daphne has a brand new channel and does beautiful bowl work. Yeah, I mean, support her if you can by going over and signing up for her channel. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much. And thank you too, ladies, as well. This was just more than I would ever have expected, honestly. This has like blown my mind. So thank you for all you
Thank
guys'
you.
collective wisdom, and that in the chat as well. Yes, much love. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.